Hi, my name is Annabelle McKenna, and so I was born and raised in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. My current major that I'm studying right now is corporate communication, and then I am going to get a minor in hospitality and tourism management. Something that I love doing personally is spending a lot of time with my boyfriend. I love doing nothing, and that just really helps me, keeps me grounded. It especially keeps me de-stressed during school, and it really is something I truly love, is doing nothing with my boyfriend. He's my rock. He keeps me in check and grounded whenever I really need to be. So that's probably what I love doing the most. The next question was, why am I taking this class? So I really wanted to take this class to try to further my knowledge and my understanding of dark media and the dark side of communication and social media, because I don't fully understand. I feel like I should more, being in like the technologically advanced generation. I feel like I should know a little bit more about it, but I really was intrigued and excited to take this class so I could see kind of what we're going to learn about more and what we're going to go over and deepen my understanding so I can use that and help it in my future career, because it's going to help out a lot. And so the next question after that was, what does dark side mean when applied to media and communication? So I kind of noted that it like kind of means when we look at the negative effects of digital media and how it shapes communication. That's kind of how I took that as, like, what does the dark side mean? It's when we look at the darker, like, complications of digital media and how it shapes future and current, like, communication and relationships. And then, what makes something dark? I actually really like this question. I thought it was very interesting and unique. I kind of thought of it like when it changes how somebody acts or feels and makes them do things differently socially and personally. I feel like that's what makes something dark, because I feel like evil and dark are two different definitions, and dark isn't necessarily evil. It's just kind of like gloomy and just not very good. And so you can kind of tell when something is dark if it changes how somebody like acts socially or personally, or how it changes and like how you can see that. And then after that, with the readings, how are they different and the same? So according to Zerzan-Breyer-Meilander in their 2024 article, The Dark Side of Social Media, the Systemization and Overview, they go on to know how, or like how the why, if that makes sense, like why the effects differ. And then Edward Downes, in his 2019 book titled The Dark Side of Media and Technology, he goes on to talk about the what. So the difference there is in the Zers and Breyer, goodness, I can't say their name, Zers and Breyer reading, they talk about the why, and then Downes talks about like the what. And so that's how they kind of differ, but together they go on to know how, like, the different levels, like how many different levels of dark communication there are. And the levels are individual vulnerability, and it interacts with the technical design, which interacts with the broader social inequalities and the contextual crisis, and that creates different outcomes. And so that's what they both talk about, is how many different outcomes can come out of those like systems and those channels. And so I thought that was very interesting. I actually really liked the readings this week. I really liked the Zerzan-Breyer-Meilander one. Excuse me, because I thought that one, like, it gave a really good like intro into what the dark side of digital media is, and like what it implies and how it relates to today, and kind of that why, like why the effects differ, if that makes sense. I really thought that was interesting. And then my open-ended question for the week is, do you think that dark-sided social media and communication tend to affect our daily interactions? So do we think that like darker communication, this dark social media, darker side of it, affects our daily interactions and relationships? I thought that was a very good question. So yeah, thank you so much.